Guess I can't use the lagging intro gag anymore. It's hard to believe it happened, but it actually happened. In a 3-2 vote on Thursday, the FCC has decided to reclassify the internet as a public utility under Title II of the Communications Act. To recap the chain of events that led us here, last January, courts struck down the FCC's net neutrality regulations, stating that the FCC had overreached their authority. This was the legal equivalent of telecom companies saying, "You're not bossing me, you can't tell me what to do." Now that the FCC has declared the internet a public utility, they are the boss and can tell them what to do. This includes no blocking, no throttling, no paid prioritization, and a slew of transparency and consumer protection regulations. But while Thursday gave us great news, the week ended on a sad note on Friday with the death of Leonard Nimoy. According to the New York Times, Nimoy died in his home at the age of 83 while fighting chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He lived long, he prospered, but he'll still be missed. But in happier TV news, the CW seems to be exploring options for a third show set in their ever-expanding DC universe. Deadline reports that recurring characters from Arrow and The Flash may be moving to a Brave and the Bold style spin-off show starring current characters like Brandon Routh's Ray Palmer, along with some new additions. Meanwhile, CBS's upcoming Supergirl show has some interesting cast additions as well. Former Superman Dean Cain and former Supergirl Helen Slater will be joining the cast in unknown roles. Cain and Slater are just the latest to join a cast that includes Callista Flockhart as Cat Grant, David Harwood as Hank Henshaw, and McCade Brooks as Jimmy Olsen. And speaking of a blast from the past, Disney XD's Senior Vice President Mark Buhaj announced that DuckTales will be getting a reboot for a new generation. Featuring all your old favorite characters from the classic cartoon, the new show will air on Disney XD in 2017. Of course, if anybody wants to rewrite history this week, it's probably Capcom. The launch of Resident Evil Revelations 2 was met with controversy when Capcom forgot to tell customers that the local co-op had been removed from the PC version of the game. In a statement made to Eurogamer, Capcom apologized for the miscommunication, stating, "The decision to prioritize a single local screen was made to ensure a stable user experience across a variety of different PC settings and devices." And in case you're wondering, the choppy mess of my game that you're seeing is apparently what Capcom considers a stable user experience. Capcom is currently offering refunds to PC customers who bought the game under the false pretense. In other video game news, Mortal Kombat X revealed a few more characters this week when they released their story trailer. Looking at Cassie Cage, Jacqueline Briggs, and Takashi Takeda, being the child of a combatant seems to really limit your career options. And speaking of really dark and violent things from the 90s, we've got the Power Rangers? A.D. Shankar released a Tarantino-esque Power Rangers fan film this week starring Katie Sackhoff and James Vanderbeek that has split opinions across the internet. While undeniably well produced, Saban didn't seem to care for it as the video was temporarily taken off of YouTube for a day or so, and reactions from the original actors of the show have been mixed.
Look, I know there's a lot of fans out there that love it and all that stuff, but I'm just a PG-13 guy.
If you're a fan of the Power Rangers, you should check it out for yourself. And that brings us to this week's awesome video. Another fan series, this one centered around Dragon Ball Z that shows how far special effects have really come. And that's it for this week. Tell me what you think about... Cripes. Tell me what you think about any of this week's stories in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe, maybe pass this video around to your friends, and have a great week.